There's no manual for being a dad, grinding 9 to 5, and trying to build your dream life with side hustles and passive income. So I'm figuring it all out in real time. What is going down? It is week 2. It's actually, if I'm being very transparent, this is day 2. I just filmed the first video that I dropped last week, yesterday, and I just woke up feeling motivated. Wanted to just kind of dive into a little bit more of the day-to-day, where I'm at currently, give a little bit of insight for my future self to understand where you are currently, and hopefully it could give context for other people as well that are watching this. Also want to let people know, I didn't mention this, but one of the main reasons that I'm excited to kind of do this and vlog is the camera that I have. I am using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This thing is incredible. I got the creator combo, actually got it used, and got a really good deal. I think I got the entire package for about $500 or so. And the time of year right now, it's July 2025. About 2 months ago, or about a month ago, you could get these brand new for about $500 or $700 for like the whole creator combo, but there's a spike in tariffs. And so ultimately these things skyrocketed to like $1,000 for the creator combo brand new from DJI or from Amazon or Best Buy. So I got really lucky. Even though those are the prices for a brand new set, I got mine for about $500 or so, and it appears to work fine. And I think that also is one of the reasons I love and I'm excited to do this vlog. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of look of what my days actually look like right now. Starting with just like the jump, you know, I do work full time, 9 to 5. Typically, I actually go into a little WeWork office every single day because this is my home, and typically my son is here and stays home. And so because of that, I do leave and head over to a little WeWork 5 minutes away. I get up about 5:30 a.m. every single day, and that's because recently I've also really been dedicated to trying to get in the best shape of my life. Now that I have a son, it's been very important to me to be healthy for longevity and just feel good, look good. I think I let myself go a little bit during the pregnancy, and I could maybe even do a video all on that at another time. But either way, it's midday right now, taking my lunch break. I work, you know, probably 8 a.m. till about 4 to 5, sometimes meetings at, you know, 7 or 8 p.m. because I do work for a software company and work with a global team. So I have a team in India as well as EMEA. And so sometimes I have later calls or whatnot. So I have to get it in when I can. And so I'm just taking a break, and I thought, hey, like this camera is so easy to use, and super excited for it. And so I just thought I'd just, you know, hit play and start recording, see what happens, let you know where you are. July, so it's Q3, and want to just give you guys a little bit of insights into that. So what I'm doing is, another thing I'm trying to get rid of, I'm not proud of, is Alani's. They're delicious. I know they're not healthy. My twin brother hates that I drink them, but it is what it is. I don't know if you got a glimpse of that bad boy. It's my boy Gojo. But let me see. Flip this around. All right, so this isn't state of the art by any means. I do go to Gold's Gym, but when I don't have the time, I try to set up my own little home gym here. Walking pad, some weights, little bench, which sadly can't say I've used yet. Been dealing with the shoulder injury I'm getting better at. Peloton for my cardio, and I do have a little indoor sauna. I live in Austin, Texas, so it's like 100 degrees, so don't really need that right now, even though I could. But want to just give you guys a glimpse. So right now, you know, it's lunchtime, and I thought I would get some steps in and maybe give you guys a little insight into some of the other parts of my life. I think for this specific video, week 2, you know, I wanted to talk a little bit more about, sorry, I'm just getting the speed right. A little bit about the goals, the vision, where I'm at currently. By all means, I'm grateful. You know, I think I'm doing relatively well. Unfortunately, you know, the economy is at a crazy time. I think a lot of people aren't doing so well, so I am grateful. I do have a full-time job, like I said, working in tech. However, you know, I can't help but always feel a little trapped, and I'm tied to that income that I need to have that job, because I did purchase this home that I live in 2 years ago, October of 2023, and got one of the worst interest rates you could think of. Like, I'm talking like 7.9. So I'm handcuffed right now. Tried to refinance. Don't want to dive too much, but couldn't even get a good approval rate for refinancing because the appraisal of my house wasn't, in today's market, you know, almost 2 years later, is worth less than when I actually bought the home. So it's a really shitty time. So I'm locked in at a really shitty mortgage rate that I'm paying each month. All that to say, you know, I do YouTube on the side with my twin brother, Identical Reactions. We react to shows, anime, right now watching Naruto, Attack on Titan, and The Walking Dead. And I love reacting and I love doing YouTube. And so that being a side hustle, I've also picked up the endeavor of getting my real estate license. I've always been passionate about real estate. Always, always, always. It's always been sadly, an innate thing I knew I wanted to do and get involved in. And I say sadly because I never actually took that dive. Probably since right out of college, I should have got my license and got more involved in it. I know some very successful people that have been in real estate. Long story short, here I am. The best time to plant a tree was 1,000 years ago. The next best is today. And so I'm working on getting my real estate license. I'm doing a course through, I think it's called Aceable, incredible course, and very user-friendly app, website, keeps track of everything. So I think you need like 90 hours of this course. Then you have to pass this exam to then be able to apply to take the state exam here in Texas. So all that I hope to have done by the end of this year. So that's kind of where I'm at from income goals. Got my job, which I do love. I love being in the space. I love working with my team, building a team, leading a team. We could talk more about that if you'd like. So you are in a good spot right now, Brandon, but you got ambitions. You don't want to ever feel handcuffed to a job, living paycheck to paycheck in a sense. You really want to get to a place where you're financially free and you're time free, so you can do what you want when you want. And I think the only way to do that is with passive income. The goal for me, the sweet spot, ideally would be about, honestly, $25,000 to $50,000 a month. I know people are probably like, dude, why do you need all that, whatnot? Let me tell you, like I said, it's expensive having a kid, cars, vacations, all of that. I've kind of calculated what I would comfortably for my life like to be bringing in. Obviously, I have ambitions to have a lot more than that, but I think from like passive and just all streams, I would like to have that without any worries and kind of be my own boss with that type of income, if that makes sense. So hopefully that's where you are in 5 years. Yeah, hopefully this video doesn't look too kind of crummy. I literally didn't prepare at all for this video. I just said, let's just turn this damn thing on and start recording. But I'm glad I did. Again, this is for you in the future. And I hope you look a lot better than you do now. I mean, I'm not terrible. you're actually right now, you know, that's funny. Brandon, 5 years from now, right now you're probably about 175 pounds, but you're probably like 17% body fat. So like I said, not terrible, but you can do better. I hope you are better. And that's all I got for this video. I think the next video I'm gonna dive into is my investment strategy. Talked about on this video like the avenues in which I wanna bring in income, but I also didn't talk about investment strategies aside from real estate properties, crypto, ETFs, you know, dividend paying ETFs, Roth IRA, things of that nature. I'm very invested in that side of the world in my life. And I do like to think I've spent a lot of hours to be somewhat of an expert in my strategy. So happy to go over that on one of these videos. I do think there's a big community out there, especially from crypto. I actually listened to this guy, I think it's called The Money Investor. Every morning I would listen to his videos. They're short, about crypto, about things that are happening in the market. And I've been listening to him for almost a year now. And I got lucky and bought some crypto way back when, a couple years ago when it was under 20K. And today, right now, it hit a peak, I think in the last 3 days of 123,000 is the peak for one Bitcoin. So another journal for yourself, Brandon, 5 years from now. Let's see where it's at. I think it'll be 500,000. That'd be really cool to look back on this and see if I was right. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate it. Stay up, stay blessed. Peace.